Hello, so this is the lab started. As you know, we are going to use a nickel ammonium chloride, which the molecular formula you don't know. Okay, so nickel ammonium and chloride, it is written too, but it is not, it is actually Z, it should be Z. So you have to find out actually what is the formula of the nickel ammonium chloride. Okay, and this is the standard nickel chloride solution. Okay, this is 0.5 molar nickel chloride solution. From this standard nickel chloride solution, we will make 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and 0.5, which is already have. So we will make a standard nickel chloride solution of different concentration, which we will use to find out the standard curve. From that, we will find out the concentration of our unknown solution. So let's first make the unknown solution. Okay, so to make the unknown solution, we are going to take 1 gram of nickel ammonium chloride, and we will add 50 ml of 1 molar HCl. As I mentioned in the video that nickel and ammonium, they bonded very strongly. Okay, so to break that bond, we are going to add excess of HCl. Okay, strong HCl, so that the nickel and ammonium bond is going to break. So once it is broken, then we will get some excess of acid. That acid we will neutralize. We will find out that the amount of the excess acid. Okay, so let's start by taking 1 gram of nickel ammonium chloride first. So as you can see, we have taken 0.990 gram of nickel ammonium chloride. Okay, so then we are going to put this in the beaker and we will dissolve it in 1 molar HCl, 50 ml 1 molar HCl. Okay, then we will make it up to the mark with the water in a volumetric flask. So we have taken 1 gram of nickel ammonium salt complex, and this is actually 1 molar HCl. So we are going to add 50 ml of 1 molar HCl. Okay, this is a standard nickel solution what we will need for the standardization. So we are going to add it. Okay, so we are going to add 50 ml directly. Okay, and if the solution is not turning to green, then we have to add 5 ml more. Okay, so I have added exactly 50 ml of hydrochloric acid, and this is the color. Since it is already green, I am not going to add any more of the hydrochloric acid. Okay, so this is 1 molar hydrochloric acid and this is our unknown. Okay, and you have to make sure that all the things is dissolved. You can see all the things is dissolved. That means you are good, we are good actually. Okay, so let's start the next step of making of the standard solution of nickel complex, nickel chloride. Okay, so I actually started making our dilute solution of standard solution. So this one is the 0.5 molar nickel chloride complex, and this is just water. Okay, so by taking 1 ml from here and 4 ml from water, it will be 0.1. By taking 2 ml from here, 3 ml from water, it will be 0.2. From 0.3 ml from standard solution of 0.5 molar nickel chloride, and 2 ml from water, it will make 0.3, and so on. Okay, so we will make 5 solution concentration of nickel chloride of 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and 0.5. So we are taking 1 ml from the nickel chloride, this solution 0.5 molar nickel chloride solution. Two drops. Okay, so we have taken 1 ml and now we are going to take 4 ml water from here. Okay, hello, so these are the 6 solution what we made. This is 0.1 molar of nickel solution complex. This is 0.2, this is 0.3, this is 0.4, this is 0.5, which I have already taken actually, and this is the unknown solution, okay, unknown concentration. So first of all we have to find out the lambda max. So to find out the lambda max, I have taken the 0.5 molar solution, okay, this is the 0.5 molar, and so this is the spectrophotometer, okay, which is connected with our computer. As you can see here, this is our computer, and it is connected to the USB here, okay. So let me discuss about a little bit about the cuvette. This is the cuvette actually, as you can see, okay. So cuvette has two type of surface. One is clear, as you can see, this is clear surface, and this is the not clear surface, okay. This is clear surface, this is not clear surface, and the length, the width, and except the height, all other things are the 1 centimeter, okay, 1 centimeter. It's a square things. And this clear surface, this is a clear surface, and it should be placed in such a way that this is the clear surface, the light is going through this, okay. So it should be placed in this way. If you placed the other way like this, it will not give you the perfect data, okay. So first of all, what we need to do, we are going to calibrate it, okay. So first of all, after connecting, then you are going to open this. Once you have opened and your spectrophotometer, if it is connected with your computer, then it will give you a rainbow windows. If the rainbow windows is there, that means your spectrophotometer is connected with this program, okay, this computer. So first of all, we are going to calibrate it. So we are going to calibrate it. How? So to find out the lambda max, go to the experiment and you see calibration and do the calibrate. So it will come, stop, warm up. I already warm up. So now it is say place a blank cuvette in the device, okay. So I supposed to put a blank solution in the same one, but I am not putting because of making the video only, okay. Otherwise you have to put the in the same cuvette. The same cuvette is supposed to use, okay. So I am using actually different cuvette. So I put it this blank. This is the water. Blank means deionized water, and then finish the calibration. Finish the calibration. So it will take few seconds, like 5 seconds. Then it will be calibration will be finished. It will. You see now it is okay. Now I finish the calibration. Then I am going to take it out and putting this one into the spectrophotometer, and then I am going to the experimental part and start collection data, and so the data is collected, okay. So as you can see, so this is the lambda max, this is the lambda max. So this value is here. So which one is the lambda max? You can see. So for your computer, which is the maximum value around here among this? So 1.526, right? It is 398.6. So we are going to use the lambda max 398.6, 398.6 for our absorption versus concentration data, okay. Once you got it, then I am going to click on this one, the rainbow sign here, and then you see it is absorption versus wavelength, but right now we need to find out the standard curve. So we are going to absorption versus concentration, and for that one we are going to use 398.6 as I said, and put the OK. So do you want to store the latest run or no to create it as no? So you don't need to keep this data. Then now I am going to put my solution one by one. So I have put this 0.1 molar into the cuvette, the same cuvette what I used for the 0.5 molar of that solution, and now I am going to collect, and you see a dot. You see, can you see here a dot? And then keep it. This is the concentration, okay. This is the concentration, and the concentration is 0.1 molar. Okay. Then same way I will throw this one into the same one, and I am going to wash it with the water 2 or 3 times. Okay, 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. So we have to wash it with the water 3 times and 1 time with the solution what you are going to use. So this is the solution, what this is a 0.2 molar. I am going to wash 1 time with that one, a little bit I have taken, and then wash it. So this is the waste container. As you can see all these data, these are the curve for the 0.1 molar, it is this data, for 0.2 this, 0.3 this, 0.4 this, and 0.5 this. Okay, not this one actually. And for the unknown, the concentration is here 0.282, 283. Okay, this is the unknown concentration. Clear? So from this value you have to find out the what is the concentration of the unknown. You have the absorbance, but what is the concentration you have to find out from this curve. How? First you will make a standard curve by using this 5 data, and then put the y value, and you will get x concentration. Okay, you have done it in the first lab, as you can, if you can remember. So we have done for this part, and now we are going to find out the concentration of the ammonia by finding the concentration of the excess acid, excess HCl, right? So for that one we are going to take 10 ml of unknown solution, and so this part is done. So this is actually a pH metric titration, nothing but the pH metric titration we have done. Okay, so just first we have to take 10 ml of our unknown with the help of the pipette. We are going to take 10 ml. So this is the unknown solution, unknown nickel ammonium chloride solution. So we are going to first take 10 ml, and then we will put it here, then we will dilute it with some water to make sure our pH probe, this is the pH probe, is going inside. Then we will titrate with the 1 molar base sodium hydroxide. This is the 1 molar base. Okay, this is the 1 molar base sodium hydroxide. So from there we the equivalence point is 5.4, because the maximum change of the pH happen in between 5.3 to 5.4. So we run this titration 3 times. Okay, so 3 times, and we will take the average. I will give you the data depending on this. Okay, so you understand, by this way we are going to find out the excess amount of HCl, but at the beginning we have added 50 ml of 1 molar HCl, but left is in 10 ml we have taken 10 ml. There is supposed to be 10 ml of 1 molar HCl, right? But some of them is used to neutralize the excess of the ammonia, but some excess HCl was present. That excess HCl we have find out with the help of the sodium hydroxide. This is the excess HCl. Clear? So so take care. This is the way we actually do the lab, and how you do the calculation I already discussed in my theory. So take care.